Welcome back, aviation enthusiasts and fellow aircraft builders. Here's a very quick tip on cutting your material. I was out in the shop working on some 63 thousandths material last night, and so we previously talked about using the Olfa knife cutting method. The Olfa knife is a plastic or laminate cutter right here with it's a scoring knife essentially. Works great on your aluminum sheet. I've done everything up to and including 40 thousandths with this. However, 40 thousandths, it takes about 20 passes with this to really get the 40 thousandths to come apart cleanly. I did it with 16, but it's just not a deep enough cut. I had to do a lot of extra filing with 16 passes. So 20 modest pressure passes with this will cut 40 thousandths. I have no doubt that it will cut 63 thousandths, but I don't even want to bother. That's a lot of work to cut even small pieces. Probably would have to step it up to about 30 passes with this thing to cut 63 thousandths. So in a previous video, I talked about using my electric shears from Harbor Freight. This is the 14 gauge swivel head shear item 92115 from Harbor Freight. I don't even use the swivel function on it, but I was curious when I cut my first parts what a better method was going to be. I've used a circular saw to do it with a carbide bit. You can certainly cut this stuff on a bandsaw, but you're cutting it out of a giant sheet, so it's really difficult to do that with a circular saw and a bandsaw. So I pulled these out just for grins, and sure enough, these things go through 63 thousandths like butter. I couldn't believe it. I thought there was no way this was going to chew through that very easily. It went through it with no problem. There's sacrificial metal. It sacrifices about a quarter-inch wide strip of metal, and it curls up, and you actually have to manually move this out of the way as it builds up in front of the blade to keep going. But it did a very nice job cutting out without ending up with a ton of waste. And just modest pressure. You just got to hold the piece of work up off the table, which is easy to do with 63 thousandths because it doesn't bend very easily. So you just hold the work up and it pushes right through, and then you've got to kind of move this away from the tip as you go because it'll get stuck on the head of the shear. But I'm very happy that I actually purchased these. I was originally didn't think that they were going to be worthwhile after I tried them a few times and thought that they were clunky and unsophisticated tool. And then sure enough, brought it out for the 63 thousandths, and I think I'm going to cut all of my 63 thousandths and my and my 40 thousandths with this now instead of the Olfa knife. So everything 32 thousandths and lower, Olfa knife is great, easy, beautiful, makes nice clean cuts, doesn't waste any material. But these bad boys right here work fantastically on this thicker material. So I call that a win. I don't remember how much I paid for that, but it was extremely reasonable because it was from Harbor Freight. And you've got about a half a sheet worth of 63 thousandths. That's half of a 4x12 sheet. So a 4x6 sheet of 63 thousandths is about what you need to do your whole plane, and I have no doubt these will last long enough to do that. And even if they don't, and then I can buy another set for $25 or $30 or whatever I paid and do the rest of it. But fantastic option for cutting this thicker stuff without having to resort to lining everything up and putting up a fence for your circular saw, trying to do this on a table saw or even the bandsaw or the jigsaw. It just gets to be really tedious and time consuming. This works fine. It's not difficult to cut a straight line with it. I did this completely freehand without any kind of a cutting fence, although I think I'm actually going to set up a cutting guide for it the next time I do some of the longer pieces, but I just left it slightly large and sanded it down on the belt sander after I was finished, and it turned out beautifully. So anyway, that's a good option for you guys to use if you're looking for a handy way to cut the thicker metal. I had really good luck with this. I lubricate the cutting surface from time to time just to make sure it's operating smoothly, but plenty of power. It's sharp enough to get through all that and worked out very well. So good luck with your projects, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.